Yeah. Hello, my lovelies. Hello, my beauté. AJ Gentili, Andrew James Photography. Yes, here we are for une autre soirée de vue de photo du groupe Facebook qu'on a parti early in the 2020. Um, Malheureusement, I'm going to be alone tonight, unless Mark is a little bit late. I know that Uncle Bob said that he won't be able to make it tonight. He said if he could catch up later this evening, he would. Although, even I haven't been able to, en temps réel, j'ai envoyé deux photos about 10 minutes ago that I've been working on a first time with the roll of Portra 160. I used for les couleurs automne in the month of October. And I'm gonna show tonight the last two shots I had of that film shot on my Horseman 760, which is a 6 by 9. So it's a 120 film, which is 6 centimeters tall by 9 centimeters wide. And I had already, I'd scanned it about a week, last weekend, as a matter of fact, from these negatives over here. This is the film that I used to shoot this. This is the first time I shot this film, and actually came out pretty nice. I use Negative Lab Pro for the conversion. I still need a little bit of practice with that. Considering also, I have to mention next weekend is the big weekend for the film photography workshop weekend, la grosse fin de semaine de l'atelier d'argentique. It's 2 days. It's 4 parts. We shoot a roll of black and white in the morning on the Saturday. On the Saturday afternoon, I show you guys how to develop it. The next morning, I show you guys how to comment la numériser, soit with a phone, with a camera, uh, with a scanning. I call it the little robot, or with a flatbed scanner. And as far as the flatbed scanner goes, I also show you a little bit of Negative Lab Pro, and then how to prep them in that afternoon. How to prep them after we've scanned them in the morning. How to prep them for print using using Negative Lab Pro or whatever app you have. If you're scanning them through your phone, or if you're just scanning, if you're converting it through Lightroom itself. In the meantime, I've been shooting quite a bit with the Horseman. I've been getting used to shooting 6 by 9. Um, I can't wait to finish my film in my Voigtlander Bessa, because that one's going to be I'm going to be converting it to 6 by 9. Right now, it's shooting at 645, which is 6 by 4.5 centimeters, which makes more of a vertical photo. Um, and le 6 par 9 c'est vraiment la même ratio, la 3:2 du 35 mm, which is generally 3 times more en taille, plus en taille, 3 fois plus grand que le 35 mm argentique, which there is no sensor, except, I believe, well, there's no sensor at 6 by 9. There are, uh, c'est quoi la compagnie? Il me semble ça s'appelle Leaf backs, which are actually 6 by 45, 4.5. So that's 60 mm par 45 mm de large, which is a true medium format, of the smallest of the medium formats, because it's 645, 6 by 6, 6 by 7, 6 by 8, 6 by 9, 6 by 12, 6 by 17. Which in process, I'm going to be doing also. I'm writing a bit of an article on using the Fujifilm GFX 100 RF. And I got a chance to work for a weekend with a Hasselblad X2D, which is the first generation of the X2D, um, which I brought actually to the Biarritz Camera Montreal last month, which was very interesting. So I'll be writing up some opinions on those two cameras. Also, I'm in the debate of whether I'm going to finish my article on the Fujifilm X half. Um, Needless to say, it was I had my qualms about that particular camera. Um, but other than that, we're here to look at photos. So why don't we start? And Mark and Uncle Bob and whoever, Melina, if she's available next month around. Don't forget, Christmas is coming. Prep yourselves for shooting your family photos for your family events, your work events. We had a really nice Friday costume dress up at my work there at the shop in Brossard, at Gosselin Brossard. Even I was dressed up as Doctor Who. Actually, I was porting three Doctor Who's. I had Doctor Who number four, which is what's his name? Baker, Tom Baker. Because I had the jacket and my wife had made me a scarf. I was also using the sonic screwdrivers from both the Doctors 11 and 12, which was Matt Smith, and Peter Capaldi, two great actors. I'm still looking for the 10th Doctor, which is David Tennant. Um, but anyways, long story short, let's have a look and see what people have submitted to the group. I'm just gonna switch over here right now to the Facebook screen. I'm just so that know, where is it? Share, share, share. Partager Facebook. So here we have a shot. I believe, yeah, we have a shot here of the not the constellation. What am I saying? The asterism called the Pleiades, otherwise known as the Seven Sisters, cataloged by Charles Messier as object number 45. I shot this justement in actually this shot was I posted it on October, um, but I actually shot it in September at my last sortie de photo d'astrophotographie, intro à l'astrophotographie. And here I shot it with my A6500 and mon objectif 200-600 de Sony, qui est un 5.6-6.3, using my Skywatcher Sky Adventure GTI Equatorial. Here we have, this is the product of four pictures, quatre images de 2 minutes. I use Sequitur, as Sequitur is one of my personal favorite softwares that I use for stacking deep sky images like this, because it's just so simple to use. And then any other manipulation, I will do it in Photoshop. Um, so like I said, this is four shots of 2 minutes at 100 ISO at f8. I would have liked to have a little bit more nebulosity, but evidently when I have a large group of people around me and they're installed rather close to me, I'd say within 3 to 4 feet from me, um, evidently it creates vibrations in the ground which transmit through it. So of the 60 odd photos that I had shot, these were the four best shots that I had where I didn't have any star movement whatsoever. And c'est très important de savoir que, tu sais, quand vous faites l'astrophotographie, installez-vous pas très, très proche de chacun. I would say the best bet would probably be anywhere from 20 to 30 feet from each other. Just in case you do have to walk around, you're not transmitting those vibrations through the ground itself. Um, my next shot over here is a second shot that I did here with Philippe Gravelin, who's one of my best friends. Again, we were shooting we shot this galaxy. It's called the Needle Galaxy, also known as NGC 4565, NGC 4565. This is in the constellation of Coma Bernici. And as a matter of fact, the galaxy is supposedly measured at 30 to 50 million light years away. Um, Using Phil's 5-inch, 950 millimeter f7.5 telescope on his AZEQ6 mount. Here it's another four images of 2 minutes. I think in all we shot about maybe 15 shots here. Um, and again, of the 15 shots, these four were the best. So in the end, it made an exposure of 8 minutes here. So we have a full 8 minutes on this galaxy, and you can see it pretty well. You can even see the heart of the galaxy right here in the middle. It's a very nice shot. I think it was the last object we'd done that night. Phil had pointed to it, and he didn't have his camera with him, so we just threw my camera on his telescope and ended up with this. So this was a great shot. Great, we had a great evening. As a matter of fact, I think that was the best evening as far as participation and also as far as quality of sky that we've had in at least I'd say the last 2 to 3 years. No, there was no aurora. There was the skies were clear. The temperature was great. I mean, there were next to no bugs whatsoever. And again, this was shot on the South Shore of Montreal, about 45 minutes from Brassard. Fait que c'est ça. On to our next one. Oh, and this was another one. This was another shot I had shot exactly at it was the last day of September. It was the best well, I have it here. It was the best day of solar activity that we had seen since the start of the solar cycle. And if you'll notice here, we have a good more than 10. We look here, we got one, as I say, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-ish, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 sunspots. Um, and I had shot this just off the fly, right in the parking lot, about 3, 4 feet from my car. Um, I'd got a big, I got a blast of emails that morning, saying that it was the best day, that there was the most activity we've seen in the time that we've been um, in the solar activity with the aurora borealis. Because evidently, l'aurore boréale est activée, est un effet de l'activité du soleil. And I just had to jump out and capture it. It took me, I was out there for about maybe 20 minutes capturing these images. And this is one shot. And I shot this one here, if I'm not mistaken. I must have been at F8, no, F11, maybe 200 ISO. And I think I was somewhere around 1/400th or 1/6. I forget. I should have put it. Oh, wait, maybe I have it here. Yes, I 1/2000th at F8 at 100 ISO. There we go. Um, AJ, you have to click on see more when it says see more. Voilà. Fait que c'est ça. Fait que ça, c'était une de mes meilleures. Puis ça, j'ai fait ça avec le filtre de Nissi qu'on vend au magasin. C'est un 16.6 stop. C'est-à-dire que ça l'enlève 16.6 crans de lumière. It removes literally 16.6 stops of light, which is the equivalent of about, I would say, probably, it only lets pass a little more than 1/100,000th of the light that would naturally enter the lens. It stops it down by that much so that we could get to see exactly the solar spots and a little bit of the corona, which are the details that you can see here, that little kind of texture that's being displayed here on the surface of the sun. Fait que fantastic. Um, Here we have Melina with a beautiful sunset shot. And I'm assuming this is soit la Rivière des Prairies. So it's either the river of Rivière des Prairies on the north shore of Montreal. Um, and it looks like there's a fisherman out there fishing during sunset. Beautiful rendition of color here. Um, I'm just wondering, Melina, is this a film photo or is it a digital photo? Um, Other than that, the horizon is just a little bit lopsided. Um, would it just need to straighten out the, other than that, after straightening out the horizon, meaning this line right over here, if this was just level, it would give that much more to the photo. When I see these kinds of photos like this here, where the horizon is leaning to the left or to the right, it gives the impression of either the river or the lake kind of emptying towards the lower edge of the horizon. It's also very possible that what also created this was the uh, la perspective que Mélina, quand elle avait pris la photo, était pas perpendiculaire à le fond, but still, in and of itself, this could have been just cropped and straightened out, so that horizon would have been flat. But other than that, Melina, very nice shot. I love the colors. I love the blue of the sky, the red of the setting sun and the reflection on the river of that orangey blue light is beautiful. Fantastic shot here, my dear. Here we have another shot, and I'm pretty sure this is the Rivière des Prairies. Because if I'm not mistaken, Melina lives down somewhere in that area. Um, Great shot. Compositional wise, the horizon is again still slightly lopsided, and it's just a little bit overexposed. Here, if you would have underexposed it by at least a stop, you would have gotten much more blue in the sky, more detail in the clouds that here are actually washed out. Even though this is a actually, if it's digital, it would have had to be underexposed. Um, and actually underexposing it in film also would have worked too. Um, Normally we say that in film, negative film, we try to expose more for the shadows to bring more detail out in the shadows. But here, because more than half of the photo here is very clear, not clear, bright, clair, it needed to be slightly underexposed, just to be able to get a little bit more detail in the sky and in the water over here. But other than that, it's a decent shot. It's a good shot. Congratulations, Melina, again. Um, Beautiful other. Here's another beautiful sunset. We can see the sun behind the trees. That actually looks like the Pont, pas le Pont Pinef, the Papineau Bridge, I think, in the background there. Um, Beautiful shot. Again, seeing that the background is as dark as it is here, and I like the fact that Melina really cropped it rather, unless it's no, she probably cropped this here to be more of a 16 by 9 or even less. Um, Actually, one of the things que j'ai bien aimé avec la GFX 100 RF was the fact of all the aspect ratios that we could play with. And in one of them, for the first time, I was able to play with a 6 by 17, which is typically the ratio used for panorama on 120. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the wide lux and the X-pan Both are 6:17 ratioed um, captures. Um, but again, here, Melina, great shot. This one here seems to be pretty straight through, as far as the coast goes, which is beautiful. And again, a little bit less exposure on the sky would have brought out a little bit more blue, because evidently there's nothing in the foreground, or not in the foreground, but on the shoreline here, seeing that it's already silhouette, that we would have needed to bring out any brighter. Again, Melina, beautiful shot, fantastic. And here we have another, and here, perfect horizon. Actually, I think is it the same shot? It looks like almost the same shot. Yeah, slightly wider. Sorry, I should say slightly higher. So this is more probably with a 3:2 ratio, which is a 35 millimeter camera. And the whatchamacallit? I love this colors in the blue sky. I don't know if c'est un traitement que Melina a affecté sur la photo to make the sky bluer, or did she just wait longer to get that blue hour? Because actually, you know what? We could compare. And yes, here we're more in the golden hour. As you can see, there's more of a degradation. There's more of a gradient on the orange to the blue sky. Rather over here, we have blue hour setting in because the sun is actually setting farther down in the on the horizon. Again, a beautiful shot. I love the fact that you used a little bit of the foreground, the coast, to show how far away we are from the opposite side of the river. Belle shot. Félicitations. I love it. Oh, this is just beautiful. Um, Here, Melina, I believe this looks like it might be film, or could have been, I don't know, it could have been your phone, it could have been digital. Um, but if you get a chance when you submit, just put a little bit of information over here in the when you submit them. I'll show you exactly what I mean on my next images because I follow right after this. Um, I mean, it's a beautiful street shot. I love you have, so much stuff going on. You have the lady reading her phone on the bench here. You have a gentleman either having have enjoying a beverage. You've got people going on in the inside. We can see well enough in the on the inside of the restaurant. Um, Beautiful shot. You know, photography is not about precision. Photography is absolutely about um, uh, getting the best possible shot we could have gotten. You don't need, and actually, the reason I say this might be film is because if we look at it, this looks like it might just be film. It's got that filmish quality of focus that we don't have in digital and that we can't produce in digital. Um, Evidently, also because of the grain. But this is exposure wise, beautiful color. I love it. And when you shoot film like this, um, indicate too what kind of film you're using. Um, I'm wondering if this might be Kodak Gold or if it might be Portra. As a matter of fact, speaking of that, here we have a shot of a couple of buddies of mine from the mechanic where I get my car repaired. You got Jeremy in the foreground, and you got Mark looking at me over here. I shot this using my voyons. I shot this using my 6x9 Horseman 76, which is, and I'll show you exactly what it is. And the thing I love about this Horseman 760, 6x9. Let's see if we can find it. Mind you, this particular Horseman is yeah, here we go. So the one that I have looks exactly like this, except without, you know what, just give me an image. Except without this rangefinder here on the top. I think, as a matter of fact, mine was more of a document camera, but you can have a look here. This is exactly, and when you close it up, well, when it actually, when you open it up, it looks like this. It has the Horseman 6x9 back on it. And when you close it up, this panel here, after you push the lens in, it actually folds down to this. And that's how big the camera is when you put her away. There you go. See this panel? This is the panel where the film, not the film, but where the lens comes out. Evidently, faut enlever l'objectif, c'est ça. And I still have not been able to find the manual on this camera, but I believe it's because it was one of the earlier models that might not have as much not pe well pedigree as the not the 900 series, which are much more popular and probably much later cameras. Um, but I love it. I've been using this camera now for the past at least the past year, and I've been loving it's just, I mean, when you talk about 6x9, and here I'm using a 105 millimeter lens, which in the case of 35 millimeter, the equivalent would be close to a 40 or a 50 millimeter. And just look at the separation between Mark and the wall, and you know the detail here in the tire and in Mark, and look at the blur on Jeremy. It just, I mean, and this is the first, like I said, this is the first time I was using Kodak Portra. This is the Kodak Portra 160 film. Actually, I got to add that in. And I shot it at a wide open 4.5 shutter speed of 1/60th of a second. And looking at it, really, I mean, Mark came out really nice here. Really, really nice. The next shot, I included the next shot also because, again, it was the same lighting, although Jeremy and Mark were actually working. So inadvertently, they were moving, but still, where the focus is on mostly on Mark, there's a nice, beautiful separation quality that you just don't get that in digital photography, and is one of the reasons why I've gone so far back onto film photography. Been practicing also. I'm trying to get myself going for next year to start with some collodion wet plate. It's something that I've been wanting to do now a couple of years, and I'm practicing with dry plate from zebra plate in uh, I can't remember, not Sweden, in Slovenia. He makes fantastic plates already prepped, already with the emulsion on it. Um, but we're talking about like a 1.5 to 2 ISO, maybe a 2.5 ISO. So they're, you know, evidently they're long exposures, or we're using much flash, a lot of flash when we're doing portrait on there. Um, and here we have, and there we have, those were the images that were submitted for the month of October. We're now in November. Um, just a second here. I am in the process of um, I just want to see here. Yeah, this was my first try with the Portra 160. Um, I'm in the process of trying to ramp up, you know, um, evidently this photo reviews for the groups. I've got a whole crap load of photos that I haven't had a chance to upload yet. I haven't had a chance to finish them. Um, and evidently my scanning software ran out of Alt S, so we can kill that. and that you guys can see me full screen now. Um, yeah, so I've got to wait for the new license to be able to continue scanning. I have a couple new films I got to get scanned and converted to upload. And evidently, the three cameras that I'm in the process of writing my reviews on. Website's still coming. Okay, ça s'en vient le site web. And I'm also investigating, voyons, Substack as a form of distribution. Um, as I really want to get into writing a couple of articles on photography and on a little bit on gear, not as much on gear as photography, more on photography. A few thoughts that I have of myself on photography itself. So stay tuned. Um, don't forget, anybody who wants to participate from the group can participate using the links that I have preset. You can find them in the Facebook group. And justement, on the 15th, I believe it is on the 15th. Let me check that to make sure. Um, hold on. It should be the 15th. Yes. On Saturday the 15th. Yes, there it is. Um, it is our photographers roundtable discussion. Um, I will be sending out a general topic this time around to see if we can't have something have a topic more specific. Um, and it's podcast. I'm going to be rebranding, or I should say, relaunching my podcast channel this month also because I've had it and it's something I've always wanted to do. My problem is that evidently I I listen to too many podcasts. It gets a little not disappointing, it gets a little bit discouraging because the podcasts I do listen to, and I am part of one podcast as a guest, um, the Camerosity podcast. I love those guys. When it comes to photography equipment, vintage photography equipment, these guys are literally the encyclopedias on vintage cameras. Um, I don't want to go that way. I want to talk a little bit about equipment because evidently I come from the retail world of photography. Many of you already know. Um, I'm an instructor for photography for one of the for the largest retailer here in Quebec, Gosselin Photo, and so I teach day in and day out, and I visit photo clubs and conferences. I do give conferences and talks. I mean, what's more better than, talking about your passion day in and day out. Um, it's been a short, I know it's a short episode. We've been going for what, about 30-ish minutes, um, 40 odd minutes. I want to thank you all for listening in. If you have questions that you'd like me to answer here on the air, or I can always use questions also in the for the podcast. Please, by all means, écris-moi aux photos, questions, plural, photo questions, plural, at andrew-james.ca. Otherwise, direct message me on Instagram at andrew.james.photography with a Y, or here in the photography group, or also you can also my Facebook. Uh, where is it? Andrew James Photography, my Facebook page. Hold on, I can share that to you. And at the same time, where is it? It is over here. So you have right here, okay, where you can message me anytime you want. You can also check check out if you want to. It's called link TREE slash AJ dot GENTILE. This is my Linktree page, which has all of the, oh, yeah, that's right. I don't know why it didn't go straight there. It was supposed to. So here you have, if you want to drop me some photos that you want to have me look at, please by all means use my WeTransfer account here. Also, as far as if you want to reach out to the podcast, the third Saturday of each month is our photographers roundtable discussion. You can join in there. Here you have all my social media links. Okay. Um, I've got a couple of mentoring. I've got Discord, a couple of Discord servers that I'm going to start putting back into work. These are my favorite podcasts. If in case you're interested in listening to a few of the podcasts that I listen to, these are the ones that I mainly listen to. Also, so some YouTubers, Gaetan Cormier, which is a good friend of mine here in Montreal, Jess Hobbs on the South Shore, um, Alex Lokes from Classic Camera Revival. Um, you've got Shaka 1277, which is he's a gentleman I met through Biare Camera Montreal um, from the UK. You've got Grainy Days, film photography project, which is a one that I listen to very often. And evidently Lashmar, which is an Australian street photographer. Very interesting YouTube. Then we've got some websites, my favorite websites here that you can take a look at. And that's yeah, and I'm gonna be updating this and adding more and more to this page right here, um, so that you can, follow along with who I follow. Um, in the meantime, I will get more stuff to present. And I will wish you all a wonderful, wonderful evening, a wonderful week. And as I always say, shoot some freaking awesome photos. Take care, guys. Bonne soirée et merci. À prochaine.